Generations ago, borrowing money was a privilege.
How about giving me a little credit?
Nobody gives you credit, John. It's something you have to earn.
A credit card was hard to come by.
First, you have to develop your character.
And anyone fortunate enough to have one was expected to pay the money back.
You have to have capacity to pay your bills.
But all that's history now. Until the recent financial crisis, easy credit was everywhere. And the credit card industry spent billions to make plastic a way of life and to persuade us that credit was a smart way to buy the things we deserved, even if we couldn't afford them.
The card that won't hold you back.
Do you ever regret having these credit cards in the first place?
Oh, definitely. Oh, gosh, every day.
Chris and Matt Snyder's financial problems are typical. What was once a nation of savers is now a nation of debtors, borrowing money for everything from cars to college. And even before the current spike in unemployment, nearly half of American families were carrying credit card debt, with average balances of more than $7,000. Harvard's Elizabeth Warren says many Americans have gotten used to living on the float, and in the process, the credit card companies have thrived.
There's profit to be made in debt. Not profit for the family, but profit for the people who hawk it.
And Warren says this was no accident. Nearly 3 decades ago, in a move to boost profits, credit card companies lobbied the government to get rid of caps on interest rates.
We told the credit card companies anything goes.
Then they made billions by lending to just about anyone, profiting from charges described in the fine print of those credit card contracts that even Warren, a Harvard law professor, can barely understand.
Credit card contracts have grown from about a page and a half in 1980 to more than 30 pages in the early 2000s. And let me just be clear, that additional 28 and a half pages did not help the customer. It's tricks and traps and trailing interest and pay-to-pays and a whole bunch of things that literally didn't exist 25 years ago.
The Snyders were carrying a big load of credit card debt even before Matt lost his job. Now they can barely make the minimum payments and are falling behind at warp speed.
So more than half of your payment is going to the interest?
Yes. There's a finance charge, $140, and the payment was $220.
So you're at 19% there?
Yeah, I couldn't pay it before. I certainly can't pay it now when you add on more fees and higher interest rates.
But Warren says that's exactly how credit card companies have been making a big chunk of their profits.
They're not looking for customers who can pay off credit cards. They're looking for customers who will hit the sweet spot, fall into the tricks and traps, and incur a $45 fee, a 19% interest rate, a 29% interest rate. After that is just profit, 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 profit.
What you describe sounds like loan sharking, which is illegal. Why isn't this illegal?
That's the best part. The credit card companies have put the loan sharks out of business. The kinds of interest rates that some credit card companies are charging would make Tony Soprano blush.
Riskier borrowers pay more for credit, just as riskier drivers pay more for car insurance.
Nessa Fettis is an attorney with the American Bankers Association, the industry trade group. GE Money, a unit of NBC's parent company that's in the credit card business, is a member.
Why has the industry fought so hard against any kind of regulation when it comes to interest rates?
Well, history has shown that if you cap interest rates, people pay more for credit and fewer people have access to credit. We have supported regulation that makes consumers understand what they're getting.
The ABA says a new law that takes effect in 2010 will make credit card contracts much easier to understand, but banks will still be able to charge whatever interest and fees they see fit.
It's an unsecured loan, which means there's no collateral, there's no house, no car, which is used to encourage people to make payments. It's the riskiest type of loan.
While credit card lending has returned steady profits for decades, the industry is bracing for unprecedented losses this year. Defaults are on the rise.
So how soon before you're not able to pay it at all? And
If my husband doesn't go back to work in the next couple of months, this will be the first thing we stop paying, is the credit cards.
And if they do stop paying, Well, the massive credit business has spawned another multi-billion-dollar shadow industry ready to take over: debt collection. And some say the recent tough times are leading to vicious collection tactics.
No, you answer my question.
Some harass.
You slithered over the border like snakes. You're nothing but a financial terrorist.
Others threaten.
Do you want to go to the big house?
This is an industry that makes its money by being out of control. Pay it or your life becomes a living hell.
Coming up, what are your rights? And who is behind this dark side of the debt industry?
What gives you the right to threaten me?
Our hidden cameras are about to find out.